afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Last summer, on a hot sunny day, I was working from home, and at around 12:30, I went to a salon in my apartment for a haircut. Suddenly, I heard a huge sound, thud, and then immediately after that, people were screaming for help. A girl had jumped from 13th floor of our apartment and committed suicide. Few days later, we came to know that the girl had committed suicide because of a poor performance in the class 10th result. She was not bad, but just that she was not A+ in all the subjects, and she could not live up to the expectation of her parents. Fellow Toastmasters, the question is, who is responsible for the death of this girl? Is it the pressure from her parents, or is it the Indian society which has so much of competition in it? Or is it that the girl was not strong enough to take that pressure? It is probably a combination of all these factors. Because of so much of competition in the society which exists now, the parents have started putting so much of pressure, and because if somebody is not strong enough to take that pressure, she or he could indulge or do something as extreme as this. All of us need to know that parental pressure for studies is a big cause of depression and suicidal tendency among teenagers in India. So this was the first story, a truth story. Now coming to the second story. Again, last December, I went to attend the PTM of my 5-year-old son who studies in Ryan International School in class 1 to 3. So as I waited for my turn, there was this mother who was actually taking a really long time. She kept on asking teachers so many questions, like, how is my son doing in the class? Does he pay attention in the class? What are his strong traits? What are his weak traits? How many hours should I teach him at home? She went on, and then she also started telling that he doesn't eat at home. What should I do about it? And this last question was something which the teacher really got furious, and she said, see, this is something which I cannot really help you, and you need to go and talk to the doctor about it if your son is not eating properly. So eventually my turn came after a long wait, and my wife had a similar set of questions. She was about to ask the same set of questions to the teacher. I stopped my wife and told the teacher that, you know what, he's just 5, and I just don't know how to teach him. And you are teaching him, and he's learning so many things. Thank you so much for that. Talking about teaching my 5-year-old son, so first of all, it's very difficult to make him sit to study because he keeps rolling, keeps turning. And once I was trying to, just make him study some spellings, and I asked him to spell dad. So he said, the spelling of dad is B-A-D. So bad and dad was like equivalent, and that's, this is the extent to which he gets furious when you try to teach him. Again, the same question comes. How good or how bad it is to put so much of pressure on a 5-year-old for studies? Shouldn't we just let them be? Now, this is one side of the coin, in which we saw that the parents are actually, getting too much behind their kids for studies. But there is also another side of the coin, which leads us to the third story. So Akshay is the son of an acquaintance of mine, and he comes from a very high-profile family. Both of Akshay's parents are president and vice president in a multinational company in Bangalore. So this guy who is in class 9 is completely spoiled. He smokes, he drinks, he visits pubs at this age of 15. His results has been consistently bad, although he's a very intelligent guy and his IQ levels are pretty good. All this is because the parents are not giving adequate attention to their kid. So that brings us to this important second point. All of us sitting in this room and working in multinational companies have been able to achieve this primarily because there was some amount of pressure which our parents had put on us for studies. Research has indicated that the success or the results which are obtained or achieved by a child is a function of the support which is given by the parents. And this support not only includes, paying their tuition fee, it also includes helping them in studies, putting some kind of pressure on them, and trying to extract the best out of them. As a teenager, it is very easy to be swayed by a lot of things around us. So it is important for parents to, at times put pressure, be harsh on them, scold them, so that we can get the best out of them. No wonder it is said that the child is the father of man, which means that whatever habits you learn in the childhood continues to remain with you forever. So, but then we have started overdoing it, and lot of us parents, we don't listen to our child, we don't let them go play, and we have completely stopped listening to them, which leads to things like depression and suicide. So, fellow Toastmasters, it is important that all of us sitting in this room as parents, who are parents or who would be parents, for us to now take a moment and think about this question as to how fair you are being to your kid. Fellow Toastmasters, release the pressure. Over to dear Modi.
Thanks, Amit, for your very good speech. Definitely we can take away something